I'm pretty sure there's like a limit on like can't you like not monetize a YouTube video if you say a curse word within the first minute or something?
Dude, I have no clue. And damn, there it was. I was like, I didn't curse, but then I said, I was like, I didn't technically curse. I said cocaine and penis. This is
No, but if there was any chance, here it goes.
it was gone when I said, oh, I didn't and lost it. But no, penis is anatomically correct, so I don't think that counts if they want to like demonetize us for that thing. Yeah, dude. I don't know. So what's been up? I mean, last episode was crazy. We had my brother on, and that was uh, what
It
a time.
was yeah, it was fun, dude. Like hearing just how he talks was fun in and of itself. Like you like you said like a billion times, he is a skate rat, and you can just hear like even the word like crusty whenever he was describing the ground he would skate on. Like
Yeah, no, I was just listening to it before, not before, maybe a few hours ago on the pod, or listening to the pod a few hours ago, and I was just like, damn, dude, we sound nothing alike. Even like not just our vocabulary, but like our voices. We do
yeah,
not sound alike at all, and it's crazy because we don't really look alike a ton either, but just because we have like I look like my mother and he looks like our father. Like we are that drastically different where we got those kind of genes. And it's
yeah,
so crazy to think about and like then to hear him tell you guys those stories that I have known forever and I like try to express them from time to time. Like the one about him skating to and from work at Twisted Root. It was cool. It was cool to hear him tell some of his stories to you guys and then to listen to him and AJ talk was just I was like, damn, I've been waiting for this moment like for such a long time. Like
it was entertaining. They just like feed off of each other, man.
so much so. And it's kinda like AJ and I feed off each other. My brother and I do it as well. So it kinda was just it was cool to watch the two of them do it together. But also it was like, all right guys, like this is a podcast. Like we're not just hanging out. Like we're trying to do something here, so shut the
Yeah,
fuck up.
and I think that's like a learning curve. You know that it's the first guest we had
Well,
on,
he
so
was so
I'm sure
excited
that
to be
we'll kind of learn.
yeah, for sure. But he was so excited to be on here and just talk to you guys and like maybe we can do an episode like this where like AJ misses one and my brother hops on and you two have some more to talk about. But I mean, I can't express enough for him that he was just so happy to be a part of this because he said Super Skate Squad's our thing, but I've
Uh
always
huh.
considered my brother a part of it. Like he is like a little outlying piece of it, um, but it is our thing, and I just I'd love for him and you to have that kind of same conversation sometime because he, as much as he relates to AJ with like just being a rat about it, and just being
Yeah.
like so. I think the way I'd like to put it is like punk about it, right? Like, you
Hmm.
know, he also gets the side where like the smart side of it that I think
Yeah.
you see in skating. So
Hmm.
it just takes that concentration, which he struggles with, to have those conversations.
Yeah,
But it was
I
good.
I would love to hear more from him too, and I like we are for sure going to have him on
Yeah, he'll
again.
be back. We'll just have to do this Riverside way so that the overlap doesn't fucking happen hardcore. But
Yeah.
I
And by
mean,
the way, everyone who's listening or watching video
yeah,
wise, we're
yeah.
trying a new program. So if my video quality is worse, I'm just kidding. I don't care. Yes, I do. But if it is worse, then comment below and say it's worse.
Guys, Josh is so upset that he's not getting 1080p on his fucking visuals right now.
I'm
But
filming at 4K on the camera, and it's like at least give me 1080, but you're gonna give me half of that? Come on.
it's so funny. But I mean the audio, it's guys, this new program that Josh found that we're using is makes it way easier on him because he does everything besides like the only thing he doesn't do is be me and talk. Everything else he does. So it's it's a much easier process to get things out there faster. But to touch on some subjects, I'm looking at my phone at the notes app. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we didn't go over, which was like questions for my brother, but I do think they applied greatly to us. Is like, what's your Josh? What's your favorite thing about skating?
Mm,
Broad question.
favorite thing. Oh my gosh, did we even introduce the episode? Hey, welcome to Concrete Waves episode 5.
Oh yeah, Concrete Waves episode 5. Randall has COVID. Hey guys, I have COVID. Um,
Ew.
yeah.
Sick as a dog.
Today I'm okay. Besides like a cough like down to my chest. Yesterday and Thursday were like my bad days.
Really? When
But
did
also,
you like learn that you had it first? And did you have suspicions?
I don't know that I want. Fuck it. Um,
if
yeah,
if it's
I
something
don't
you
know
don't
that
want to share, then
I. But no, I mean I got diagnosed yesterday like 3 p.m. Um, but I last weekend I was feeling sick. Apologies podcast. The beginning of it's about COVID. I know it's 2023, so it's not real anymore. But
it's
yeah.
still real when you feel it in your body.
Oh, dude. Thursday and Friday were fucking bad for me. I was,
Man. Dude,
I'm
when I
still
had
like,
COVID, oh my gosh. When I had COVID, I couldn't turn my neck to the right or left, really. Yeah, like my muscle aches were so bad, dude, that I literally cuz I figured out that I had COVID uh right after I started feeling this. So I was driving and my muscles were so cramped and I didn't know that you could actually feel like you have 0% energy, but
oh, yes,
I felt like I legitimate like there was a bar of energy like I was in a freaking video game and
yeah,
I felt like I was at zero. Like I had exhausted all of my sprinting ability and I'm at 0% right now.
yeah. It's
So
like in GTA 5 when you're like full sprint, and then if you continue to sprint, like you lose health.
yeah. That's exactly the point where I was at.
That's fucking
So
hilarious.
yeah, I literally felt like I had 0% energy, and then while I was driving, I was like, I gotta switch lanes, and then I looked over and I was like, wait, my neck isn't working anymore. It's not a neck. Like, so I had to turn my whole body to the
Wow.
right. Yeah, I had to turn my whole body to the right to check my blind spot before I switched lanes, and I was like, I this is not normal, and I have something worse than the flu. So
Bro, I
even
thought I
though
had
it,
pneumonia.
oh really?
Yeah, that's like that was my thing. I was like, yo, everyone has strep and flu. I got strep and flu, and they added together to give me pneumonia. That's what my brain was. I was like, strep plus flu equals 5. Like it's pneumonia. I was like,
They
fuck, I'm
had a
gonna die.
baby.
Exactly, like strep and flu fucked inside my belly and then created pneumonia with fucking white blood cells. And I was like, oh, I'm going to like Bernie Mac now. Fuck.
Oh god.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. It'd be a fucking pleasure to go out like him.
Yeah.
But
Well, to go back to skating.
right, that was a fun portion of the life part of the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Life, being
COVID
sick.
in the make a comment if you've had COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell us your craziest COVID story.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
actually
tell us.
very interested to hear this, by the way.
Actually, so I got diagnosed 13 months to the day from the first time I had COVID.
Really?
Yeah, January 3rd, 2022, February 3rd, 2023.
Dude, that's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah. No, so like listeners, if you have had COVID, I'm legitimately interested to hear some crazy stories. So,
It's so different person to person. So it is really interesting to hear other people's like you being like I couldn't I couldn't move my neck. Like that's crazy to me. I didn't have
yeah.
that. Mine's always been like I'm just exhausted, like
Yes.
just drained at all times. Like I honestly, dude, like an hour before we started the podcast, I was like, dude, I don't know if I can do this. I'm so tired.
Really?
Oh yeah, but I was also like, I'm gonna fucking do it. Don't be pussy. But it did cross my mind where I was like, I'm so tired. I don't even know if I can do this. Like I'm gonna be asleep in 5 minutes after we get off the fucking line.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'll pass out. I'll pass out up here in the loft. I might not make it down the stairs. So fucking, I brought a blanket up there. I'm not even fucking joking. But what's your favorite thing about skating?
Oh, favorite thing about skating, dude. So I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I love the
Ooh,
culture.
jack off dead horses.
I love the culture. I mean, like, but if I were to, because we've already touched on that plenty of times, and I believe you skaters out there believe the same thing. I mean, it's a well known thing that the skating culture is just, it couldn't be any sicker. Like, it's everyone supports each other.
It couldn't be what?
Couldn't be any sicker.
Ooh,
Like COVID.
that's not what I heard.
What?
People listening, give a thumbs up if you thought Josh just said the N word.
No, what? No, God, no. I did sicker. It's
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cooler.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what we thought.
God.
Sicker.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, uh skipping that portion. Uh
Here comes Josh's first blurb. He's gonna believe himself.
yeah. Yeah. Just to cover my bases, yes, I will bleep myself. But if I don't if I don't mention the culture, or if I don't think about the culture, because that's kind of the coolest thing about it. But the other thing is um like seeing yourself progress in a way where uh you get to see progress. It's not like it's a physical progress that you get to see. You can literally see yourself getting better, like with each trick that you're doing.
Yeah.
Rather than and it's like gradual, but at the same time, like when you land the trick after practicing and practicing it, it is so satisfying. And I don't know another feeling that is even comparable to it. Like if you just keep practicing and then boom, you land it, and then you do it over something, and like you just get better and better at it. It feels great.
I was trying to think of a good comparison to another sport, and the only thing that kept coming to my mind is like, because you're right, where yeah, you will practice and practice at a trick, but sometimes you do just get a trick first try, like that does
Yeah,
happen, and then it's because it's the way your body moves, and so it's so natural. It just feels immediately natural, so you get it first time, and then yeah, you've landed it, but now you're trying to make, and this is where fuck, dude. There's a couple comedians that talk about it. There's a good interview with what the fuck? My email just opened on my computer. The Riverside email you just sent me. My hands were behind my head. My email just opened. What?
I
Hold
thought
on.
I saw that. Oh, your
Yeah,
face like
yeah. It got brighter because my email just opened. I don't know how to close out of it. It won't.
it won't close out either.
Oh, dude, I can't even move it or anything. What's happening? Hold on.
What, I mean, you're still on camera and everything.
Oh,
Like,
I'm there. I know. I know. I just can't. They're just share. Like, what the fuck is happening?
it's like, wait, you have parents?
Yeah, I was like, oh, Josh does have a mom and dad, or a dad and a mom. I don't know because I don't know.
I have a mother
Maybe.
and a father.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it's fucking Karen and Kim, or fucking Daniel.
All right, so it did start another recording. Oh,
Throw them out there right now.
yeah. Well, hopefully it's. Yeah, I mean it's an untitled recording, so I guess we're good.
Hey,
But I'm still
podcast.
in 576p, so.
He's just got his fucking video recording. Hey guys, if you didn't know, Josh's dad's name is actually Jacob Miller.
Oh my gosh! How did you know?
It's so good, dude.
How did you know?
We're friends.
Yeah,
Of course,
I mean, I
dad's.
thought you said that I've never talked about him before.
Well, in the first podcast episode, uh, I talk about your father and how he introduced me to AJ.
My what? My
Yeah,
father
because his
didn't introduce you to AJ?
yeah, he did. It's your dad's Jacob Miller. He's the one
Oh my god. Oh, duh. Okay. Well, that went right over my head.
that this guy.
Oh
You're
my
like, wait,
gosh. Dude, so I was
what?
texting my dad just now about hold on 1 second. 1 second. I gotta get this.
All right, podcast. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. I'm alone with my thoughts.
Okay.
And there's never mind, never mind, never mind.
I am so curious. What were you saying?
Nothing, nothing. It's
I'm not gonna hear it until I start editing it. God, I'm so curious, dang it. Um
you didn't. You came back too fast before I could say anything, and I was about to go on a rant. I was like, "All right, podcast. We finally have the moment alone together. Like, here we go." I was like, God damn, dude, I was about to go in. I don't know what I was gonna say. It was all gonna be like it was gonna be like a freestyle.
Dang it. I should have taken my time.
Yeah, it was gonna be really dark. So
So
maybe
it
it's
was
gonna be.
gonna be really
It was gonna be really dark. I knew that much.
Man.
I was gonna say some shit where it was like, oh, even at 40 episodes, we couldn't monetize this because they're gonna be like on episode 5, Mr. Johnson. I think you said.
They backtrack and we have to start from square one.
That's when I was alone with my thoughts. Okay, everything's different.
Okay, so get this. I was texting my dad because he started collecting comics when he was a kid, right? And
When was your dad born?
what'd you say?
When was your dad born?
My dad was born in 1970.
Whew, young man.
Yep, young man. Yeah, so he started collecting comics when he was a kid. So 5 cents here and there. So he was telling me that he has a first edition or a first appearance of Spider Woman, She Hulk, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel as well. First Venom, first Black Cat, Death of Robin, Death of Superman. Like
That's it's Death of Robin. Which one?
I'm not sure. I didn't. He has first Teen Titans as well.
That's listen. You were alive when that comic came out.
What?
Yeah, the first Teen Titans is like a '90s comic.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe you weren't, but like it'd be close.
it would probably be pretty close. Yeah. He also has he has the first edition of other Spider-Man ones, Spectacular Spider-Man, Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man.
Whew. Todd McFarlane, who oh fuck, what did he do?
He drew that.
He did Spectre, right?
Maybe? I think so. I just know he drew this Spider-Man.
The one on the board.
Yep.
Yeah, you're functioning at like negative 270p right now.
Am I really?
Yeah,
Well, you look great.
thank you. It's this new mustache.
Oh, yeah. Sabretooth.
It's the COVID. It makes my
It's
skin.
the Oh, so anyways, I just got this.
I can't. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It says moon. Oh, you're yeah yeah yeah.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
Yeah, your Moon Knight comic. I remember you sending
Yeah,
that to me.
so for everyone on the podcast that didn't see what I was just holding up, it is a
Because
Moon Knight.
if you're watching, you still can't see.
You still can't see it? Dude, that pisses me off, man.
I know what it is because you sent me a picture of it. But
Yeah, so it's a Moon Knight Edition 1 from 1980, and it's signed by Bill. I can never pronounce his last name, but he's the
Skarsgård.
artist.
Oh no, no, that was funny.
No.
It
No,
just sounds
it's
like the guy from It. What?
that would be such a random thing. I have a Moon Knight comic signed by Pennywise.
Yeah, it's when Will Ferrell's like, "Oh, you see that smudge on my samurai sword? It's fucking Phil Jackson."
Randy Jackson. Yes.
And yes, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, so it's
Hey,
signed by the artist and signed by Oscar Isaac also.
Oscar Isaac is a good sign to have.
Yeah. So,
That's fucking sick.
yeah, dude. Anyways, skating.
Yeah, now we're a comic pod. If you guys
Yeah.
didn't know, we are nerds. We like a lot of things, not just skating.
Yeah.
Um, you know, we're fans of all cultures. I'm in the movie You People. I go by the surname Jonah Hill. I'm really uh, just go check it out. It's called You People. Please watch it. Again, my surname
Dude,
is
I've been
Jonah.
meaning to watch that. It does look really good.
I'm gonna say this now, and hopefully I can just end it with this and put it on the internet. Since I was 16 years old, Superbad came out when I was 16. I was a sophomore in high
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
and the moment it came out, people were like, "Oh, you look like Jonah Hill," and I was like, "All right, it's because I have curly hair and I'm fat. Like it's all good, whatever." Wasn't didn't take it as a compliment then. I was like, "Fuck you," you know what I mean? If you said that shit to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I've gotten older and like watched him progress in his career and him mature as well. It's cool. You think I'm funny? That's how I'm gonna take it now. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you think I'm funny? Do we kind of look alike a little bit, but only because like we're bigger dudes with curly hair. Other than that, we don't really look alike. But I'll take the comparison all day now because you like to me, you're saying you think I'm funny
Yeah.
because he's all good. He's a great actor too. But in you people, it's really crazy. Like Taylor, when I talked to Taylor the other day, last week, and he was like, "Hey, have you seen this movie?" And I was like, "I fucking knew you were gonna bring it up." Like, you know what I mean? Anytime Hill does anything, I expect someone to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Have you seen what you've done recently? And I'm like,
Have you seen Are you aware?
Do you remember doing this part? Like, you didn't tell me about it. Like, I remember. I was really good in it. Me and Leonardo DiCaprio are great friends. Uh, but Taylor was like, no, really, like in that movie, like you're so similar in the way you talk, your mannerisms, the things that you're into, and it's really interesting after watching it. Like before, I watched it before Taylor talked to me about it. I watched it, and then I had Lindsay watch it, and even today, she was just like, "Yeah, like whatever you just said, you sound like it. The
Yeah.
way that," and I was like, "I don't. Maybe I've just adapted it, you know,
Yeah. You subconsciously started acting like him.
being compared to him, but like he is about the culture. What do we love about skating? Like he's in the culture. He wrote a
He
movie
is. Yeah.
about the culture when we were kids, you know,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. To me, I was like, this is how I felt. You say your favorite part, right? To get back to this question, this is perfect. To get back to this question, you say your favorite part is the culture, and I know what you
Yeah.
mean when you wanted to say it because I disagree with why you love that part of it. Is you think it's such a like a friendship bonding kind of thing where like everyone's so friendly and
Yeah.
it what's great about the culture, but that's not what it used to be. And that's what I grew
Correct.
up in. It was like it was scary. It was a scary environment. Like if you went
Yeah.
out to the park and you couldn't ollie or ride around on your board, it was fucking scary, dude. Like
Yeah.
I didn't wanna the reason I loved skating on the roof is because no one could watch us. I didn't wanna be seen. I didn't want people to know how bad I was. I didn't want them to
Wow.
watch me learn. So
I mean, that
when
makes sense. I mean, yeah, I totally understand that.
yeah, so, like, we're on the opposite spectrums of, like, you saying you love it because of the culture. I didn't love the culture growing up, dude, I fucking hated the culture. I still wanted to
Yeah.
do it. That's how much I loved skating, is I was so scared of other people thinking that I was a bitch because I couldn't do it well, but it takes that practice, and that's why I was always so ready to be like, "No, come over here," to a stranger that would show up on the roof and be like, "Let me teach you how to ollie," you know?
Yeah.
"Let me teach you how to ride a board," because I didn't wanna reciprocate what I saw growing up in skating.
Mm,
So the
yeah.
second part of the question in our notes app is like, "What do you hate about skating?" Right?
Yeah.
That was it, was the culture. I hated the culture, and you loved it.
Wow. That's super interesting. It's something that as soon as you said it, yes, I
Oh,
completely
yeah.
I know it. I do know where you're coming from with that. And it's just a thought that like maybe I just kind of blocked that out and instantly went to what it is now. And I think maybe what it is now, it's probably yeah, still scary for some kids and stuff, but like
For
I
sure.
think yeah, I think that most skaters have learned from that.
The
They
it's
saw it. Yeah.
it being more so like where you can just open your phone and there's tutorials from people being super friendly in the
Yeah.
tutorial, and then you can go out to a park and, like, you're fine because 'cause you're at the park and you're there learning and, like, yeah, someone's gonna shit on you for sure. That's part of the culture. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We just
Yeah.
you know, you have to build a thick skin with anything you do. If someone doesn't shit on you, that's where we end up where everyone gets a fucking ribbon for participating. Like, no,
Yeah.
you need to be shit on a little bit. Like, it's just it builds character. It makes you a stronger person.
Yeah.
And I think skating is just I mean, dude, it's you said it earlier, you were talking about trying and trying and trying a trick. That builds character because what are you doing every time that you don't land the trick? You're failing.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to deal with failure and keep going.
Yeah. And that's something that I completely respect. And that's that's part of I was going to say what I hate most is getting injured, you know, cuz it freaking sucks.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
Pop
That god, I've
take a
wrecked.
sh pop a shove and hit your shin, dude.
Oh,
I
dude,
slipped
but
out of the shower earlier and fucking I have a hematoma on my shin, and I'm like, "God damn, dude, hitting with my board would hurt less. I'd rather fucking take 3 or some shit." It's how old it is. Slip in the shower.
Yeah. Yeah. So, one of the things that I've noticed that I'm not a huge fan of, and I'm probably on the this is probably an unpopular opinion. So I'm about to I don't know.
Josh, listen, none of us like never mind. I was going to the dark joke again. It was
Stop going there. God dang it.
I had to.
Um so I am about to say an unpopular opinion that I will probably be made fun of, and that's part of the reason
By whom?
of why I don't like this. Um, I think that the everyone's saying that they're not accepting of skaters wearing helmets.
Wait, so clarify, like, you don't like when people say you shouldn't wear a helmet?
So I think
Yeah.
that
Helmets. That's what you're saying, right? Just to clarify.
helmets in general. So first of all, I mean there have been some gnarly slams that I've seen that a helmet could have prevented somebody from being significantly injured from it. Heck, I
I
mean
think
I'm sure there's even deaths out there.
I think invert. you should always wear a helmet. I
Yes.
will agree with you there. Invert, you should always wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, but in street, if you wear a helmet and you're street skating,
Oh yeah,
you're going to be made fun of.
you're gay as fuck if you wear a helmet in the street.
I mean, see, here's where I would not think that if I saw someone
You're lying,
wearing
dude.
a helmet.
You're lying. Do you think here? Okay, so example, Nigel,
Anderson.
Andy Anderson's trash. That's I don't take the statement back, but he's great. He's better than me, but
Yeah.
think less of him, yeah, because he wears his helmet. But also, that's not even like a safety thing at his point in it. He's wearing a helmet now. Like he might not be doing it for this, but this is what it is now. Is it's just part of who he is.
Yeah.
It's part of the character as a skater. So I don't even think really people look at it as like always being safe. It's like, oh, Andy wears a helmet.
Yeah.
Like not a safe. Like people aren't really looking at it as a safety thing anymore. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying, but also like he's not really a street skater. He's like a transition skater.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Like he's
Um
not out there, here's the point I was trying to get at is like you would think less of Nija if he did his last video part with the helmet on the whole thing. You would.
I mean, the tricks take more balls if you don't have a helmet. There it's plain and simple. So there is a respect there. I
It
think
takes
that
the ball's helmet or no helmet. What do you mean?
well,
It's
I mean,
trick.
to do a massive trick like that, knowing that if I slam and hit my head, there's a large chance I could die. So the fact that I'm still going to try this and not even think about it, yeah, that's going to take some huge nuts.
I mean, what's his video part? The Nike one, the
Till death?
till death when he smacks doing the backflip down
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, and then if he was wearing a helmet, boom, like you're good.
Maybe, maybe, maybe not.
I mean, chances are much better than without a helmet.
Great, that's a great bar.
Yeah. So that's part of the like one of the things I just I think you should have. I mean, obviously you have an option of wearing a helmet and or not, but the fact that you have a higher probability of being made fun of if you're a street skater for wearing a helmet,
Oh, it's
I
not even
don't
high.
think that that should even be a thing.
So, I mean, I get what you're. So again, it goes back to the culture. Like this is like a built-in thing to the culture, where
Yeah.
you don't wear because street skating came from just like cruising, right
Yeah.
around the
Yeah.
and you're not pads and shit because you're just cruising. And then it was like, oh, I just discovered a handrail, which at the time you're like, I don't even know what a handrail is. I'm inventing it right now as I do this board slide down it.
Yeah.
50. So there was just like you didn't cruise around in paths. And
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
why street skating you don't see, here.
I think that if more pro skaters wore helmets, I think the tricks that we would see would be even better than what we see now, which is
It would send it harder.
I think they would try there would be a sense of confidence that cuz I'm
I
telling you right now, dude, if I wore a helmet and I would be trying a lot more stairs, I would actually try like handrails and stuff.
here's the thing is like I think the biggest thing to me is I'm not worried about my head. I'm worried about breaking other parts.
Really?
Yeah, because like when you're going down something, like you have to be ready to brace yourself. You're not bracing yourself with your fucking dome. You know, you're
I
bracing yourself with your arms and your shit. So you're gonna break your wrist or you're like whatever. You're humorous and shit. Like
yeah. I mean, and definitely that would suck, like breaking that and stuff. But I mean, for me personally, my head, dude, if my head is all right, I'm all right. I'm okay. Like it's gonna suck everywhere else, but my head is okay.
and never really ever even come close to touching your head on
What'd you
any kind of
say?
I said, "I've seen you do tons of tricks, down things and shit, and you've never come close to hurting your head. It's always been your ankles."
Yeah.
And then, of course, both of us with our falls. But,
Yeah.
yeah, like, even AJ, who has the most slams, it's never been the dome. It's always been another thing. That's where I'm like, I'm all for pads and shit, like, I don't helmet's not what comes to mind.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, shin guards would be
Yeah.
the first fucking thing.
Yeah, that's true. Shins probably get hurt the worst and most often.
It's interesting though, like, I'm enjoying, like, we're on one question, and we're probably only gonna touch the one question because it ended up being way deeper, and I think yeah, but it is super cool to me, interesting to me to see where, like, your favorite part of the culture is the the culture now.
People.
It's
Yeah.
so it's so much more friendly and, like, let's learn and share and teach together, where, like,
Yeah.
I had the opposite because and it kinda goes back to the question when we were all discussing, like, what brand we'd wanna skate for and shit like that. You guys went today, and my brain went when I started, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that's kinda where, like, my least favorite thing is your favorite thing is the culture because it still goes like, I know it's different now, but I still feel that way. When we would go to the few times we went to the park out here, I felt that way. I was like, "Let's stay in our little group over here in this corner and be us," and
Yeah, I can see that.
because you are getting judged hardcore.
Yeah.
Just like when we see someone that can just cruise the park and do something crazy cool, we're judging that person. The judgment is they're super fucking cool, and they're really
Yeah.
it's yeah, so I'm like, "Oh, I can't cruise around a park, like, I fucking suck."
I do get a sense of that whenever I go to a park too, because it's stuff that I want to land. And here's the other thing: if you go to a skate park and it's packed, like I mean, the chances of you even trying a trick on anything, that's next to none. I
You're
mean,
a little kid because 'cause you're trying to learn. You might as well be a little kid because 'cause you're
yeah.
in someone's way. When I was out in Northwestern Hills and you and Steph came to visit, we went to a park. Where did we skate at that park, Josh?
On a flat ground.
Outside in the parking lot outside the park
Yeah. Yep.
because we were embarrassed.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
It's something I've never really like thought about, I guess, is that portion of the culture because yeah, I mean, now that you say it, that portion of the culture sucks.
so massive. It's still so big because, like, yeah, we coulda gone out to the park and maybe everyone would have been very friendly and tried to help us
Oh
even
yeah.
at but it's a thing where it's like it's too scary to go try.
Uh-huh. And
And,
I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there that have skaters that just completely understand that feeling. It's almost like the feeling of like you're in high school, first day at lunch, you turn around and you're like trying to find a seat and everyone's already like I mean,
yeah,
it's that same feeling.
a lot of our current listeners are not even really skaters, and, like, so this is, like, a thing where they can really relate because they're on a side where we're kinda in the middle, like, we do know how to skate, and we can skate relatively well compared to the listeners that don't skate at all and would
Yeah.
like to, and, like, we'd love to teach you to get you to our level,
Uh-huh.
and you have to take the step that we're scared to take, which is to go to the park and just, get ready to embarrass yourself for a while. And you just like that is what it is. Like that's what it takes. Like I grew up with the park,
Yeah.
went to a park very regularly growing up and would just stay in a section and just practice riding my board and trying to figure out how to just even just I would get in a bowl and just practice pumping and not even dropping it and just practice
Yeah.
bowl, you know. And I would go with my brother and he would try to get me to drop in and I would try a few times and I'd eat shit and I was just like, no, dude, like this is I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna figure it out,
Yeah.
But my brother is, a god compared to us, and he still has those feelings because there are people better than him that he gets intimidated.
So
I don't
when
think
you're
that
talking about when you talk about this feeling, is there a way to overcome this feeling in your opinion? Is there a
Yeah,
technique
for
that you can
sure.
think of?
Yeah, I mean, you just commit and go in and commit to being embarrassed and feeling embarrassed, and you will learn or you won't learn. Those are the 2 options, you know? It's you'll
Yeah.
figure it out. You'll commit long enough that you figure it out, or you'll give up. Those are the that I like, I'm aware of the options, right?
Yeah.
I just haven't committed to the one,
Uh-huh.
but I haven't given up either because 'cause I'm still out here skating.
I think one of the pieces of advice I would give if you're trying to take that step and going into a park for the first time or for the 700th time and you're still just nervous about going into a park is kind of what we talked about already. The culture, the people are friendly nowadays.
You
It's
have to
something.
catch the right group is the
Yeah,
thing.
I granted I don't speak for every single skater
Yeah.
out there, but for instance, if it was an empty park and it was just us two and some kids came up and they were like, "Hey, can
Yeah,
can
we'd be
you?"
very inviting.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
we would be there all day. It's just
100%. Yeah, like, I'm down to teach everyone how to ride a board and ollie because I think that's
yeah.
yeah,
So
another
I
cool thing.
think my piece of advice would be don't be scared to go in and talk to somebody. And if they're rude, keep on going. You will find somebody in that skate park that's going to be nice and will help you do whatever you're trying to do. Will give you space. If you're trying to do a trick on a little mani pad or something and you're just embarrassed to try it in front of everybody, like it's just talk to somebody and they'll let you have the space and
I think that's the
especially
thing, is doing tricks in front of other people because when you skate, people are I think when someone that doesn't skate sees someone skating, they expect you to be so good because everyone, I think, just thinks, "Oh, like, if you can skate, you can skate." You know what I mean?
yeah, yep,
When, like, someone that doesn't do it sees that's where do a kickflip comes from, right? You just see a guy on a board, and someone's gonna yell out, "Do a kickflip,"
doing
because
it,
you
yeah,
expect to do they you expect them to be so good, and that's not always the case. It's actually more likely never the case that they're just
yeah,
so fucking good,
yeah,
and so I think that's a big part of the scary part where it's like, you want like, we wanna be there, we wanna be able to just, like, cruise around on a board and ollie up and down curbs and never have to step off your board when you're going somewhere, right?
uh-huh,
But that's not always the case, and even when you get to that level, you hit a fucking crack sometimes and fall. You
oh
pop an
yeah,
ollie, doesn't pop correctly, like, skating is so fucking hard all the time. Perfect example, Tony Hawk just broke his goddamn femur, like, a
yeah,
month ago.
and that's
It's
Tony Hawk.
exactly. Nyjah tore his ACL or whatever, his MCL, like, 2 months ago, like,
Yeah,
no I think this is one of the best ones where it's like, this sport, you're never going to be the best. There is no the best because
yeah,
it's never ending road. There's always a new trick. There's always a kid doing what would be the hardest trick at a younger age. Like
yep,
it doesn't stop. I think sports are I mean, and I grew up wrestling. Like, wrestling is
yeah,
one of the toughest sports on fucking earth. But like skating, snowboarding, surfing, they're it's just not something that you're ever going to be perfect at. And I do
yeah,
think can achieve close to perfect at most other sports. But I don't think you can ever get close to perfect in skating.
no, no,
It's just not.
absolutely not. And that's just part of it, like get up, try again, get up, try again.
Exactly. I think there. I mentioned. I briefly started it a little bit ago, but there's a good clip, and you guys can go look it up, listeners. And Josh, I'll send it to you later. But Jerry Seinfeld has a show on. He has a show called Seinfeld, but he has another show called
Not sure
Shit
if you've
House.
heard of it.
Yeah. Um, there's another show called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. and it's
Oh
really
yeah.
yeah. He has an episode with Chris Rock, and
Okay.
they briefly talk. I think I've sent it in the group chat before, but they brief. I think Seinfeld goes to Chris Rock. They're sitting down, and Seinfeld goes, "What do you think about skaters?" I think Chris Rock actually says it to Seinfeld, and Seinfeld goes, I think anybody that skates, like they're gonna be okay in life. Like those kids are gonna be okay in life because they try this trick and they fail and fail and fail and fail, but they keep getting up to try again until they get it. And anyone that has that mindset in life is gonna end up okay.
Yeah.
'Cause you have to fail in life to get better. And he was like, and then he compared it to comedy, where it was like, you know, you're gonna try a joke a bunch of times and get no laughs, and then maybe you figure out the joke one time and you get the laugh.
Yeah.
And
But then
I
that
just
one time that you get it is worth it, you know?
exactly. Yeah, and so I thought that was great because it is true, like we said earlier, to go back, like, yeah, you might try a trick a million times to get it right and land it, but also even when you land it that one time, it wasn't perfect, you just landed it. Now you have to perfect the landing.
Yeah.
There's another there's another comedian that talks about that where it's like, they try and try again, but, like, it's the style. You
Uh-huh.
wanna land the trick the right style. It's not about just landing it, it's about doing it, where it looks cool. You want it
Yeah,
to look
in your
good.
own style and yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Your steez,
yeah.
as skaters would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know, skating is I think that's why I a big reason why I love skating so much is because it just teaches you a ton of things, you know what I mean? Patience,
Yeah.
persistency, consistency, like, I don't know, I don't know.
It's
I get
just a
com
whole like all around just generally good sport to be included in. Like if you're even thinking about skating, I highly advise just get on a board and ride it. That's half the fun right there, being able to ride it,
just
like
yeah,
just cruising.
it's so cool. And listen, guys, it feels cool. You feel
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like a cool guy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sick. It's fucking sick. It's the best. I mean, the only other thing is that I can compare it to is like the first time I snowboarded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was like, "Oh, I got it, dude." I went in, I was like, "I don't need lessons. Like, I know how to do this. I skate. It's different. You need lessons."
Yeah. Definitely.
Pick it up quick. It's a little bit different steering, but like you just, I don't know, you feel so one with the
Uh-huh.
earth. And like the next thing is surfing. Like I've said this since I was 17 or 18. Is like when I get to go surf for the first time and I really stand up and ride a wave. Like I'm okay if I die. I'm good,
So
dude.
I have gone surfing before.
Jealous, so jealous. I'm
I
so
surfed in
jealous right now, dude.
really?
Yeah, dude. I mean it. Like I'd be okay if I die the second after I learn how to surf and stand up on a board.
Wow.
I've
Yeah,
accomplished my life.
surfing was fun, man. So I say fun. So my surfing story is I was in Hawaii. Uh and
Hawaii.
yes. And I was with my stepdad, my ex-stepdad, I should say.
Jacob
Uh
Miller.
yeah, Jacob Miller. He
Yeah,
was there. And
that is your
and
stepdad.
yeah, that's my stepdad, yeah. And my dad. They actually share the same name. So,
Yes, it's wild.
yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. What are the probabilities?
What a
Anyway,
crazy.
so
Can you stop laughing and just make it such a flowy thing?
I get on the board and the waves are pretty
You're on a
smooth and
longboard?
everything. What?
You're on a longboard?
No, I was on a surfboard.
Yeah, like fuck you. You're on a longboard. You're on a short, like carving board.
I was on a long one. It was like a basic beginner.
Oh, I bet you know about the long ones.
Oh, yeah, very well. Anyways, so I was on this thing and I'm going, and dude, it's freaking difficult. And I just remember thinking the same thing as you. Like, I skate, I got this. And it's like skateboarding, but on water, with no wheels. So
Your the balance changes, I think, when you switch to a sport.
completely.
Yeah,
It's
that's how
quite literally if the concrete that you were skating on was actually
flexible.
waves.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I'm on this, liquid, and I slip,
Jesus Christ, dog.
and I slip, and the
Don't flip
board,
us.
I slip, and the board shoots out. Right. So when you surf, it's connected to your ankle and stuff, so you don't lose your board.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's long. Like your board can still go a good distance away from you, but it's still attached to you, so you can just swim to it. So mine shoots out from underneath me and goes forward. Like I'm talking a good, I mean, like 15 miles an hour. This thing is freaking flying, and it hits this guy in the head. Uh, and this guy is the biggest, buffest Irish guy I've ever seen in my life. He is it's like his hair was like the sun, like it was just red, man. And uh
Oh, you you hit Carrot Top.
yes, essentially. But like imagine Carrot Top, but like the Rock size.
Carrot Top. I was like, rock.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, Carrot Top's fucking Jack now. I don't know if you've seen him
Oh, is
recently.
he? I haven't seen him anytime recently.
You're like, actually, I've seen Carrot Top. I don't know who you're talking about.
No, I know
Wait, so
Carrot Top. I just didn't know he was buff. Good on him.
like a decade. What are we? What?
Recently, I haven't seen him in 10 years,
He's been buff since before the 2010s.
So yeah, I probably hit Carrot Top then.
For the pod, he said he hates Carrot Top. Not he hit
No, yeah, I hit him and he
both.
got
So
angry, dude. He got real angry. I surfaced, so my head was above water, and then I looked over and I realized that I hit him because he was like the board was right next to him, and he was like I guess rubbing his head, and he looked behind and saw that it was my board, and he started swimming towards me, and I thought, wow, this is how I die. He's going to come over here, he's going to grab my head and drown me. Like that's instantly what I'm thinking. And he swims over closer to me. He doesn't get too close, but he comes over, and he's like in the most Irish accent or Scottish accent you could
do it.
possibly think of.
The accent.
What'd you
Do
say?
it. Do the accent. Do it.
No, dude, I can't do
Do it.
it.
You already look like him. Do it.
I don't look. What? Just because I look like it, I can't do it. Uh,
Do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to even do it. How do you even? You hit me
Do
with your board.
do the guy from what's the Irish guy from Harry Potter?
Oh,
Yeah, do him. That it'd be perfect. Or the Irish guy from Simpsons, the
dude,
janitor.
I can't even like. I don't know how to shape my mouth to be able to do that. You hit me with your board.
I don't know. That's good. I don't know. I'm not good at
I probably
that.
sounded completely how I normally do, anyways. But
Right.
yeah, he got real angry at me, and he was getting in my face, and he was about to throw hands, and I was 16.
Listening to the pod. What you do when someone gets in your face, if it's a man, kick them in the balls. There's no fucking rules in a street fight. Just kick them in the fucking dick.
Yeah, that's true. But what about if you're in water?
You just grab them.
Just grab nuts
Yeah,
like monkey steals a peach.
fucking the good old fucking dick twist. Grab his dick and fucking twist it.
Yeah, have you ever done a monkey steals a peach?
I don't. My balls don't look like peaches, so no. They're more like
Well, a monkey steals a peach is essentially when someone punches you, you block it with one hand, you get on one knee, and you just shoot forward, grab the nuts, and pull.
yeah, you know my fighting technique. So, leg kick to the side of the outside knee, and then when they hit the ground, like soccer kick in the face.
Hmm, that's a good one.
Yep. AJ won his first and only ever fight with that technique.
Really?
Yeah, taught him how to do it.
Wow.
And leg kick them on their lead leg. You put your shin to their lead leg on the side of their knee, which would be the outside
Ugh,
of their
God,
knee.
that would hurt so bad.
They're gonna fold. Like when you get hit that way, you take a knee, and then I
Yeah.
think he uppercutted him when he took the knee instead of a soccer
Wow.
kick. Both worked, and literally that was the end of the fight. It was at the garage,
Really?
2500 garage. Yeah, when he used to date that girl, Alicia.
That's crazy. I thought he got jumped.
I think that did happen another time, but
I
yes,
remember he
his
had a
first.
black eye one time when he came to skate, and we were like, "Yo,
Yeah,
what happened?" He got jumped by like three guys.
it might have been that dude later in like another time because it's there's the bar on the roof over there, but
Yeah.
the first one like his first fight that at least the way he told me the story was he was out at that bar with Alicia, the girl he's dating at the time, and her roommate was with them, and they were leaving the bar, going to their car, and like some dude like that was talking to Alicia's roommate went and like just like picked her up, or like yeah, he picked her roommate up and like threw her over his shoulder, and AJ kind of like called the dude out because she was like, "Oh, put me down," and called the dude out, and then leg kick, uppercut, and then they dipped out.
Ah, good on him.
Yeah, good chance that it was like the black guy thing is. It's a good chance that they went back there again. It was that dude and his
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
That's actually probably what happened.
Probably. Yeah.
Because Lubbock dudes, they're fucking pussies. No one wants to fight one on one.
Sorry, everyone in Lubbock listening to this.
Oh, you're all pussies. Fight one on one or you're a pussy. This isn't. You're not fucking greasers, pony boy. This isn't a gang fight. Good luck, reference listeners.
That's so funny. And it
No
like
one reference.
that relates to like where I like grew up, Flower Mound. Like, how can you ever be intimidating and come from a place called Flower Mound?
Yeah, I don't know. I grew up in the mean streets of Allen, Texas. So
Yeah. See, Allen is so much more intimidating than Flower Mound.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Everyone just assumes I'm some fucking rich boy. So I'm like, listen,
Uh.
I went to school before we hit the stadium. Okay. I was there before
Okay.
$1 billion stadium.
Yeah, yeah, dude, that stadium is insane.
Like, I don't know. It just I have a lot of pride for our wrestling team because I've watched a lot of. I could have had I had a full ride to go wrestle at a Christian college. Like I've
Yeah,
told all my friends that have kids. I've told you. I've told you to put the girls in wrestling.
yeah,
There were more scholarship opportunities in wrestling than anything else besides certain academic rules.
that's cool,
Because
man.
like it's and also just it's good. It's kind of goes into that skating where it's like you fail a ton. You fail a
Yeah,
ton 'cause you get beat, and you learn how to deal with failure because you get beat.
yeah,
And when you win, it feels so fucking
yeah.
good.
Oh my gosh,
It's
and it.
when I land that kickflip, dog. When I land that kickflip, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Oh yeah, dude, we are going to have a party.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna rip my own dick off. It's
It's
hey,
worth it.
for the pod listeners, I feel like I've talked about it on the pod at some point, but I've been skating for 25 years now, whether my brother wants to call it that or not, consistently, blah, blah, blah. But I have been skating off and on for 25 years. Never landed a kickflip. Never landed a kickflip.
And I will do my best to get it on footage for everybody.
Uh,
But
day that I land that shit, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Dude, I think, yeah. I mean, I think AJ and I will also.
Oh, I'm there. You saw it when you were here last.
Yeah.
Like I have it, and I think there's just this tick in my brain where it's like you can't do it. You know, like you can't do it unless it's being filmed. I think that's really
Yeah.
become a tick in my brain. Where I like my body won't let me do it now
Dude,
because
it's going to be
I'm
so freaking awesome when you land that, man.
constantly putting a foot on it. It's
Well,
I can see it in you. We're like, oh, fuck it. I can't wait. And
dude, I'm like picturing like what
I saw
the
you. You just looked up, and I saw you fucking picture it.
yeah, I had to zone out, have an out of body experience real quick and come back and just think like when you land that dude, I can literally picture all of us like you land it and you just I can picture it. You're like you hop off the board and just start running. Like oh my god and like all of us are just going to
How hard I sprint.
man, it's going to be awesome.
I'm gonna rip my pants off and just fucking go streaking down the garage.
The whole way down, dude.
I think the best thing to do, the best reaction would actually just be like land it and just look at you guys and be like, "Told you." Just like step off and just be so calm and be so disappointing.
Oh my god. I don't think you would be able to hold back your reaction like that. Like even if you were going into it like, "Hey, this is how I'm going to act." As soon as you land it, yeah, you would be way too excited. I don't know if you
I think my favorite part because I know it's gonna be my smile. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
smile I make. I'm I'm excited. Like I'm excited. I'm gonna go bomb the garage when we get off the pod. I did it before we got on the pod, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but I bombed it, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, I have to poop." That's why I was like, "I have to poop."
Well, everyone, we have reached our time limit, I
I
believe.
think like 2 hours.
We're
That's
dude, we're at
crazy.
like an hour and a half, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, you didn't buy a buzz ball, even though I called you earlier and said I was buying one. I
Buzzball
opened
it.
it.
Let me
And
get.
I
All right.
I was watching episode 3 earlier, and I realized I didn't notice it during it, but you were using like a camera lens cap as a pretend chug, and I didn't notice the whole podcast at all. I was like, this guy's being fucking stupid. Right now. Just get some water, Jesus. All right, this is Buzzball. This
Cheers.
is Peach Balls with a Z.
Oh, nice. Going with the peach stuff. Monkey steals a peach. Peach buzz ball. Look at that. Peaches are like balls.
Oh yeah, I got some peaches on my balls. Talking about fuzz, baby.
See, there are a lot of correlations between peaches and balls and scrotums.
Hey, I shaved my legs today.
Dude, that is baby smooth, man. Good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna go tattoo Elvis Presley's name on my leg
Wow.
and knock over like 9 bullets. Look. Oh, I just
How
dropped a
Texas
bullet.
of you. I just dropped the bullets.
And it was a hollow point. Oh no.
Oh no. Everyone, thank you for tuning in to Concrete Waves episode 5.
We got really deep.
Dandelion has COVID.
I have COVID, guys. I'm
Yep.
sorry if you get sick through this podcast. Uh, use this as your doctor's note to your
Yes.
professor or boss. I know a lot of our listeners are college students.
Yeah. You have our digital signature.
Good on you.
Yep. All right, everyone. Tune in next week for more questions to be answered.
Are
And
we
uh,
one question this week and you're right.
yeah, I think we got through one. Yeah, so
We got one
expect
question.
more.
It's a good and deep question. So
It was
hey,
good and deep. Yeah.
ask those questions too. Throw them in the comments, please.
Yeah.
Um, we're running out. I think we're got like 7 more left in the notes app. So
Oh, dude, I could definitely think of some more. But yes, I would love to hear questions from people, even if it's not skate
so,
related.
yeah, obviously we spent a good minute not talking skate this time,
Yeah.
and you know, if you really want to piss me off, ask me questions about Allen and their football team. Really, I feel like this would be a fun way to just piss me
Yeah.
off. So,
There you go.
and
All right,
Allen.
everyone. Peace. Cheers.